Hello and welcome to session 0 for our new show called We Need Some Space. It is me, your GM, Rob, and with me here today, I have some of the common creatures. I got Joe,
Hey y'all.
I got Ethan, I got Zach,
I didn't like that.
Hello.
I have Joseph,
Hey.
and we are missing Michelina, but stay tuned for the end of this session 0, and we'll have a one-on-one with her to get her character rolling. But in case you don't know who we are, you're jumping in for the very first time, we are Common Creatures, the TTRPG podcast. We roll dice, we play games, and currently we're running Season of Ghosts, the Pathfinder 2 Adventure Path. We run a couple of other games like Call of Cthulhu and Marvel Multiverse RPG, but this isn't those games. This is something brand new, and that's right, a brand new show. New show alert, whoop whoop. In this show, this time we are going to be in Starfinder, 2nd edition. This show is going to be a little bit different than something we've done before. This is not a pre-established adventure path. This is going to be something kind of homebrew-ish. I might take some, some inspiration from some other places, but the best thing about this is that we are going to be able to build this world together. All of us, the common creatures, are able to build this. Everyone's ideas are going to be snatched and thrown into this world. But we are going to be using a lot of still the regular stuff from Starfinder 2nd edition, ancestries, magic, weapons. So there will still be a lot of stuff that is going to be recognizable from other stuff. So don't you worry, you're still going to hear that. But now that we're done with the basics and I'm done yapping a little bit, guys, how are we feeling? Are we excited for some Starfinder?
I'm lit. It's lit. We're ready.
I'm excited.
Nah, it's all right.
Oh,
It's okay.
Managing expectations.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I feel like after we did the secret play test with one shot with us, I was like, I already love the Pathfinder system, so that it's fun again regardless. But the new ancestries and classes that come with the Starfinder and doing everything in space, I feel like it's just a good time.
Yeah. I'm also excited to evolve with the game evolving, because I know there's going to be a bunch of new stuff coming out in October. And like you said, there's not really an adventure path that we're going to take. So I'm excited to see what you come up with, what we contribute to it, and overall just excited to have a new campaign.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that you don't have enough going on trying to produce these podcasts, so
Edit.
I feel like you could really take the next step by having to create this whole universe.
You should have heard me the other day when I was starting to make some maps for sessions 1 and 2. And I was going fucking hard. I was like, oh, okay. At first, I was having a panic attack because I was like, none of this looks good. This looks awful. This is my first time. I had done other maps in the past, kind of as trainings for myself. And I was like, this is the first time I'm going to make something and I need for it to be done. First one, awful. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me take all this new inspiration, redo it. I was like, oh, this is looking really good. I'm really enjoying this. And then I accidentally pushed one wrong button and it just closed everything and didn't save anything.
Oh no.
And Joe was playing Coral Island in the other room. And she just heard me go, no.
And I was like, are you okay? And he didn't respond. And so I was like, fuck, I need to get up. So I paused my game. And I just see him this on his desk.
But other than that, I mean, yes, like you said, Zach, this is a kind of a homebrew, making kind of everything. How do y'all feel about that? Because like I said, this is going to be kind of a mix of everyone's imaginations. If someone really wants to do something with their own, backstory, that's definitely something we can work into that. Are you feeling a little more nervous, a little more excited about that?
I'm feeling super excited because, dipping my toes into the common creatures cast has been really fun, especially with Call of Cthulhu or Mask of Nyarlathotep. So
Nailed it, dude.
Mask of so it's gonna be really fun to create something with all these wonderful creative people and awesome players. And this is my first time actually playing in the Pathfinder system. So it's going to be really fun to delve into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I know, we did, like Zach said, we did our super secret classified play tests the past I think 2 weeks ago. And I remember Joseph being like, I just want to play something that's kind of crunchy. And then immediately we jumped into the little adventure path I got. Oh, I have it right here actually. Rescue on Raxel I got for free RPG day, and immediately you're like, oh yes, this is the
Oh, yeah.
crunch that I wanted. I was like, yeah, it's off guard, so it gets a -2, and you're like, okay, cool, math, let's do it. And the more I started to kind of read about Starfinder, getting ready for this, I'm like, there's so much cool stuff. Like I know, like Joe mentioned, in October there's going to be the introduction of 2 more classes. Right now there's currently a 3rd class being play tested called the Luminary, and then Tech Core comes out, which is going to give the tactical ship combat. So for right now, when we start, it's called cinematic ship combat, which is a little different. But I was like, oh man, I really want a tactical. But the more I started to read about the cinematic one, I'm like, oh, this does call for some really cool cinematic things where it is like, hey, you're in this position. What do you think helps in this thing? And you get like pluses and minuses or whatever, and trying to hit a certain amount of points to win, basically.
Ooh.
So it's very cool. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this, and then the thing I'm most excited about, really, of course, creating this world's gonna be great. We've run some adventure paths, and a lot of stuff. I feel like we're always on the fighting an uphill battle with some of the stuff that we're getting, items that are kind of in there or whatever have you. I get to just throw items wherever I want now. So it's like, okay, cool. Maybe it'll be more consumables, or I can create more weapons and stuff. If they're like Zach's like, I want, a sniper rifle that shoots like incendiary rounds. I can just make that if it's not a thing. And that can be something he can be bought, something like another mission that you can go try and do. That's something I'm really excited about, dipping my toes really into that like homebrew and letting you guys go kind of just buck wild with armors and grenades and stuff. I think it's gonna be really, really cool.
Yeah, and I know you already take a decent amount of liberty in the like regular campaigns we do, kind of like cutting out certain characters and kind of like side things that you feel aren't really like entertaining or we're gonna enjoy that or don't really fit the story. And so I feel like since you already do that, it'll be not easy per se, but I feel like that really would help you in being able to just kind of pick a good story arc
Mhm.
and fill that out and not have like filler episodes kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Definitely, guys. Season of Ghosts is good. Watch Season of Ghosts.
Yeah.
Season of Ghosts is
Watch
good.
Season of
We do
Ghosts.
all
I'm
the
still
best
locked
things.
into Season of Ghosts.
Listen to Season of Ghosts, enjoy it. But yes, there's instances where I'm like, oh, we don't really need this. But I'm also more excited about now being able to have those episodes of kind of meandering. And I know like another big conversation that we had starting this right here, where I was like, what do y'all want? And the biggest thing for sure was player agency. Like y'all guys, like we want to do more role playing. We want to do more, get to know each other's characters and stuff. And I recognized that near the end of Masking the Tap, where I was like, yeah, I kind of just railroaded them a bit more. So I'm more excited for like, hey, and it's gonna take you 2 weeks to get to this location. You have nothing but time. Do you want to retrain? Do you want to do something where here on the ship? Have a little scene that's there, and then we teleport to 2 weeks later where you break FTL. Those are the other things I'm really excited about, especially with some of the backstories that I've gotten from you all. I'm very
We
excited
got
to get.
backstories already.
I got two back. I have two
Bro.
backstories already.
Bro, the backstory I wrote on Joe, I was like, I felt like I connected to an ethereal plane. Like I was
Oh
like,
my lord. Another
Same.
It wasn't-
15-page
no, it wasn't.
No,
It wasn't
no,
15 page.
no,
It wasn't
it
15 page.
wasn't.
But I was just seeing the story in my brain of like, so like, I'll wait. We'll get to it later. We'll get to it later.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yes,
I don't
definitely.
want to spoil anything.
We will get to that. But before we jump into our character creation, was there anything else we wanted to talk about? I mean, I guess for sure, what sci-fi do you like? Like, what is your favorite kind of sci-fi stories or things that you really like? I know, obviously, Star Wars is one of the biggest ones. I have Watto over there, and I have the Bulba. Oh God, I can't over there somewhere over yonder. Both from Phantom Menace. I love Star Wars, but I don't think it's my favorite. I think my favorite sci-fi right now is Star Trek. I'm really loving Star Trek, and then I am reading The Expanse. I'm in the last book of The Expanse. So I'm in like this perfect sci-fi bubble right now, where it is this kind of like real, semi-realistic, democratic sort of phase of my sci-fi. But I'll go ahead and just throw it to Zach. Like, Zach, what is your favorite kind of sci-fi?
Oh man, that's difficult. Like I enjoyed Star Wars. I guess some of the older Star Wars. I'm not very in tune with the current stuff going on, but honestly, probably like Dead Space. That's probably
Ooh.
the peak of like sci-fi for me. I used to enjoy a lot. I love Nathan Fillion. So like Firefly,
Mhm.
Serenity, that was awesome for me when I was younger. But never really got into Star Trek. The newer movies they made of it with like Chris Pratt. I enjoyed
Pine.
those. Chris Pine. Yeah.
Hey, it's
Okay.
me. I'm Kirk.
Yeah. I enjoyed those.
Those
But
were good.
the old like bajillion episodes of the
Yeah.
original Star Trek cannot relate.
Ethan, what about you?
Gosh, when I think of space now, I just think of a Star Trek Odyssey, which is
Mm.
the Dimension 20 campaign based on Brennan Lee Mulligan's mother's book. I think it's called Starstruck, right? That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Star
That
Trek?
Starstruck.
Oh, Struck.
Yeah. She basically made a whole universe book. It was that campaign. Watching that campaign, I was so locked into it that I was like, wow, I think this is my favorite campaign, either favorite or second favorite, because I really like Unsleeping City. But
Mm-hmm.
Starstruck Odyssey, there it's just so you get so wrapped up in the world because in infinite space, anything can happen. Like there's a world where everything fucking exists. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
it's like, and but they also made it relatable with like Las Vegas and what was it, Texas, but it was like Texas was something else. It was just New Texas, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I when I think of space now, that's what I think of.
Hell yeah. Joseph.
I love Star Wars. But my husband loves Star Wars, so I grew to love it. I didn't really watch it growing up. But now I've like seen basically everything. We have a bookshelf of every canon Star Wars book. I have like 4, 5 lightsabers. Yeah. I have we have
But how many would you
Dooku's.
have if you didn't work?
Oh, if I didn't work there,
Yeah.
probably just the one that I got on my honeymoon, which was Dooku's.
Aw.
And I built my own. That was actually a really cool experience. To build my own lightsaber. But other than like the big like Star Wars things of sci-fi, I really love The 100, which was a show on sci-fi.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very angsty, very teen. That was a great show. I don't know
That
if it
one was in
qualifies.
space.
It was
They
It
like
like
both.
come
started
down
in
from
space.
space. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
They had to like leave Earth, they had to come back to Earth, then they had to leave Earth again. It's just like it's the type of TV drama that they're like, okay, we had our season finale. Oh, we got renewed. What else can we do?
Yeah.
Warehouse 13. I feel like that's kind of sci-fi fantasy. It was I forgot who the actors was. It was essentially like Area 51 is the decoy. Warehouse 13 is where it's really at. And like a CIA agent and like somebody else go and they protect like occult artifacts or spacey artifacts. So it was
So you,
pretty
you
fun.
enjoyed the Sci-Fi Channel. That's what I'm.
Oh,
That's what I'm picking up.
I loved any sci-fi originals. You got me. The big shark fighting a a metal shark or Sharknado. Loved all those. Love those types of like dumb sci-fi movies.
I remember my dad used to love Stargate, the like OG
Mm.
show that put, I feel like, the Sci-Fi Channel on the map.
Yes. Oh, and the Jetsons. Love. I love me some of that atomic like future, like what the future was gonna look like from the 50s and 60s perspective. I love those types of sci-fis.
Hell
Wait, I want
yeah.
to add one. I want to add one. Ben 10.
Hell yeah. Bring the
Hey.
Omnitrix in here. And
Rob,
last
can
but
you make me the Omnitrix in the game?
no. Yeah, it's gonna take 3
You're-
actions to activate.
Yeah.
Each movement's 3 actions, so it's like
Yeah.
you're spending each turn just walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
And
definitely do it for you.
after 2 turns, it powers down.
Yeah. Last but not least, we have Joe, someone that I don't think I don't think of like sci-fi when I think of you.
Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of space. I'm more into like the science of space rather than like I guess like media of space. I grew up with an uncle who like taught me every constellation, how to point out like what constellations are where in the sky, at what time, at what place, planets and all of that. But I did grow up these two book series or 2 books. One's a series, one's is a regular book. I don't know. One's just one. There we go. The I Am Number 4 series is amazing. They are super easy reads. If I were to read them now, I think it would maybe take me like 3 hours to read one book. They're meant for like teenagers. And then the other one is Ender's Game. Ender's Game was such a good book too. So I think of those 2 works of art in space. And then also, I'm a huge Transformers stan. I love Transformers. The more explosions in space with these like robot cars, the better.
Wait, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of good space properties.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Sci-fi rules, bro.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
sci-fi is better
Where's
than
the
fantasy.
Battlestar
but
Galactica fan?
Ooh.
Not me, man.
Steven Universe. Steven Universe also in space.
We
My
do
favorite show.
have a slightly I'm gonna put older in quotes audience, 45 to 50 audience actually. So I'm sure we're
Oh.
gonna have some Battlestar Galactica fans that are
Maybe
in there.
some Doctor Who fan?
Yeah, I've watched a season of Doctor Who, and I was like, this is all right. Shout out to our British fans. I'm sorry for offending you.
I'm trying to see what is considered sci-fi. Like what is considered a sci-fi show?
I
Does it
think
have to be
anything that
space?
No, definitely not. Anything that has to do with like science being like I would consider like the X-Files sci-fi. Um,
World.
yeah, Westworld would be sci-fi. A little bit more like they have like sci-fi fantasy, which is like like fantasy aspects, but it's mostly sci-fi. But yeah, definitely we're going to be jumping into a lot of different stuff that's in there. I really wanted to take kind of a hold of what kind of sci-fi you all like to throw into this as well. But let's go ahead and jump into the more fun aspect of this, and that is going to be our actual session 0. Kind of getting to build our characters together. But before we start building those characters. I want to give a little bit of a background to kind of the world that we're going to be working in. So we will be playing in the Void, and it can be very, very unforgiving. There are space pirates, corporate planets, and the United Galactic Coalition, or the UGC, have their grubby little fingers always pushing the little guys around. Our story begins in the deck of the... Did we come up with a name for us? If not...
The Lady Nyx.
Yeah,
Lady
I
Nyx?
like Lady Nyx.
Of the deck of the Lady Nyx, as the crew receive a priority request from a patron in the UGC. One of their VIPs has activated their SOS beacon and requires immediate exfil. Their mission was to take them to the beautiful halls of the Star Chaser, a luxury cruiser that has seen better days. The mission: get in. Secure the VIP, get out. If only things were ever that simple. So that is the kind of basic premise. Very broad for now, as we are starting this out. But as we continue to go out through the story, of course, We'll be looking at each other's backstories, and if someone wants to do something for one thing, we can definitely take an episode to do that. But like I said, basic premise. Let's get into our character creation. So at the very yes.
Can you
Go.
lower the music just a little bit?
No. Yes. How's that? More?
Absolutely.
I don't. Anyone else?
That's good for me right there. It was a little loud.
Okay,
That's
cool. So yes, let's go and jump into our character creation. We're gonna go around the horn, and I want to hear first, what ancestry are we picking? I opened up the gates to everything, Pathfinder and Starfinder, as both things are technically interchangeable, as well as Foundry will be able to let us use those classes in there. So let's start off with Joe. Joe, which ancestry are you picking for your character?
So I am Madrosari. Is that how you?
I believe
Sarai?
so.
I thought it was Sarai, but
Madrosarai.
one of those.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
however you say it is canon.
Madrosarai.
You just have to say that same thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Madrosarai.
No, you can't.
And what heritage are you picking for
I-
yours?
Heritage?
Yes.
I am a stone-blooded Madrosarai.
And what does that entail, ma'am?
So, they are often medics or philosophers, and then I can heighten a cantrip to my spell rank equal to half my level. And then it also increases my status bonus to analyze targets by 1.
Ooh, nice. I like that. I love when someone goes hardcore on the healing. Like that's
Yeah.
how I would play. I'd be like, I need someone to just to be the support player.
Yeah.
But
And I think all my past characters too have been very front and center, melee, very, very in the action. So with our little play test, I kind of liked having to stay back and having those ranged attacks. But yeah,
sweet. Let's go over to Zach. Zach, what ancestry are you picking, and what heritage are you going with?
I am an android
Hell yes.
and a networked android.
What does that entail?
So, any creature that has, I believe, a tech trait within 30 feet of me or our construct, I can kind of telepathically communicate with them through the network. Kind
Interesting.
of like the Force,
The network
but for us androids.
That is really. I'm
for
very
you
excited.
clankers.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for you to tell people your character's name when we get to that part. But
Oh, I forgot we didn't record that.
no, we unfortunately did not record it. But there are 2 characters here that are kind of being elevated from playtest to our actual play.
Yes.
And let's go ahead and go to the other one. That's going to be Joseph. What ancestry are you playing, and what heritage are you taking from that?
I'm playing Yosoki, Yosokai. I'm a rat. It's a rat, or once known as rat folk, is my ancestry, and the class that I have is a envoy. So I'm thinking very Senator Mon Mothma as well, but it plays well with my my background.
Hell
I
yeah.
think.
And what heritage are you picking from the
Senator
Yosuke?
Mon Mothma. I'm just imagining the rat in the fucking Mon Mothma robe.
Doing the rousing speech from Andor
Yes,
as
exactly.
a rat in my
Oh my
character
God.
voice. I'll do it one day for us. The heritage is a shipborne Yosoki. So I was born on one of these pirate vessels that prowl the intergalactic starless sea.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I see. Well, you get a +1 to acrobatics and to tumble through. What? That's crazy. And then if you get a success on a piloting check, you get a critical success, and that's really cool. That's really fucking cool.
Yes, I think that's why it ties well with my background. I don't know if we got to the backgrounds yet, but I'll.
Not yet, yeah.
All right.
And then we'll go to our last one. That is going to be Ethan. Ethan, what ancestry are you playing, and what heritage are you picking up from that?
Yes, I am also a Madro Sarai. Is what Sarai? That's what I kind of pronounce it as. And I'm a red-blooded Madro Sarai.
Oh.
So, often considered the greatest warriors, red-blooded Madro Sarais have a strong association with unleashing their emotions in acceptably controlled bursts. So I get the controlled rage action, which gives me temporary hit points equal to my level, and I get a +1 status bonus to damage with melee strikes.
Ooh, that is really cool.
The
I did
rage
not-
lasts until I fall unconscious.
You're gonna be
Oh.
up. You're gonna be up there in combat.
Everybody else, and I was going through and I was like, man, Starfinder's a lot of range combat. I want to not do that. So I was like, you know what? I just want to be a fighter. Like I was thinking of either being and do we say classes or no?
Not
you can,
yet.
actually, you can start. Go ahead. We'll
Oh.
start with you. What was your
Okay.
class?
Yeah. So like Joseph said, he was an envoy. I am a swashbuckler. So it's a little bit mix of range plus melee. It's more melee, but they have a little bit of some range help as well. So there's a lot of cool things that I saw that you can do with swashbuckler. Like you get what was it? So hold on, I'm gonna pull it. Actually, I have it right here. I made my own little character sheet. You get flashy dodge, which gives you a +2 circumstance bonus if somebody is targeting you. Confident finisher, precise strike. Basically, the more I try and do extravagant shit as a swashbuckler, the better it becomes for me, because it gives you more abilities to do like precise strikes or just finishing moves, and killing people in one swift strike. So
I feel like that fits you very well.
yeah, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. And it plays into my background, which we will get into later.
What fighting style did you pick for?
I picked fencer.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm gonna be a fencer. So I was looking at weapons. I hadn't picked any weapons out as of yet. I was going through them, but there's some weapons that I have my eye on when we get to that part.
Hell yes. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to Joe. Joe, what class are you taking?
I am gonna be a mystic. During like the playthrough, our mocked playthrough, I was a witch warper, and just looking into the classes a little bit more, I think mystic would kind of help me, and help the party as well. But yeah, that's what I chose. So I'm excited to deal in some spells this time around.
I feel like
Hell
it's
yeah.
like a space cleric.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your connection that you picked?
I picked the elemental connection. At the beginning of like my daily preparations, I get to pick an element, and that element, like based on whatever element I pick, is the damage that the person that I deal damage to will take. And then certain things also like happen. Yeah, that's my thing.
I also see that you get the shield block general feat.
Yes,
So
I do.
yet another person with shield block that I'm just gonna fucking ignore this time. And then last but not least, and then we'll jump to Joseph for backgrounds afterwards. But Dak, what class are you playing?
I'm a witch warper.
Yes, sir.
Just throwing spells. My little android claws.
And what paradox did you pick?
I'm an analyst.
Okay.
Okay. Goes with the ethos of my character.
So there's arcane. Okay, cool. Hell yes. And then we'll go over to Joseph to start you off over there. Background. Joseph, what background are you picking, and how does this deal with how you are imagining, your character backstory to be? You don't have to go too much deep into your backstory if you don't want to,
Yeah.
but also talk to me. Like, did this kind of help you create your backstory, or did you come in with backstory and you found a background that kind of fit that?
I actually it helped influence my backstory a lot. So the background that I've chosen is space pirate. As you're talking, love Star Wars, love the character Hondo Onaka. Like just kind of those smugglers and just kind of being like an outlaw in the wild west of space, essentially. So that definitely influenced my background a lot. And then I saw that the heritage of one of the Yusakai is shipborne. So like you were born on one of these pirate vessels. So in my mind, like with this background, I was born on a one of these intergalactic space pirate ships, and then grew up within the crew. And then won't go too much into what I'm thinking from my backstory, but I'll send that to you later of what I'm thinking. But yeah, definitely influenced that a lot.
Hell yeah. And are there any really cool things that you get with that background, the space pirate?
Yes. So I get a couple of my attributes. But what was the one? I get group coercion, so I can like try to get a group rallied and kind of coerce them into action. I'm trying to think if this impacts my piloting or not. It might have been no, that's my shipborne one, to where I can plot a course and all that. But that helped me think of like taking charge of that sort of space pirate piloting a ship and doing like the reckless sort of stunts and things like that.
Hell yeah, very cool. Let's go over to Joe. Joe, what is the background? And same thing. Did this help influence, or were you influenced by it?
So I think we already I had an idea in collaboration.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
And it kind of influenced what background I wanted. But I think it does either way, whether I would have chosen the background first or chosen the backstory first. I think either way it would have led me to this. But I chose the acquisitive background. It gives me 2 attribute boosts, and I'm trained in deception and media lore. And I gained the charming liar skill feat. This background is meant for like people who want to explore and get rich, famous, money to make contacts. Kind of be like an influencer of sorts within the space realm.
Hell yeah, sweet. Let's go over to Ethan. Ethan, what about you? What background, and likewise, were you influenced, or did you help? You know what I'm saying. My brain's going all over the place.
Whatever Joe said.
Okay.
Joe and I had a joint idea, which will be revealed at a later point in either this episode or the episode 1.
Whenever y'all want to reveal it, you can reveal it. Yeah, it's up to you. Like it's up to y'all guys. Whenever y'all guys want to.
Well, I was figuring we would reveal it when we get to our like what our backstory is, even though we don't like everyone doesn't have a backstory. We're just gonna get into it. But my background was spacefarer, so basically,
Like Han Solo.
yeah, just kind of like a space nomad. Like I'm always I like being on the ships. I get 2 attribute boosts in dexterity and constitution. I get trained in piloting, the drift lore skill, and I gain express driver, which is when calculating travel speed for the day, you can attempt a piloting check to increase your vehicle's speed for long-term overland or aerial travel.
Ooh, nice.
So, hopefully, if I'm working navigations or something, since Joseph's going to be the pilot, I can assist in some way when we get into that kind of space travel mode.
Yeah, definitely. Last but not least, Zach. What about you?
So I'm laughing because Zach, as he took a sip of his whiskey, as Ethan's talking, he was just like, "Ooh, okay, okay."
It's very exciting, my background. I'm an electrician.
Oh.
He went to trade school.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't made a backstory yet in totality for my character.
Mhm.
But I feel like with the general direction I would want to take them. I'm not really imagining it's like they lived this whole life beforehand and like had all these adventures to do all these things. So I'm trying to think like what realistic things could they make an android really good at doing for the purpose of like being on a crew for a ship. And there were a couple that kind of fit, but I was like, electrician has a pretty cool feat that comes with it. And I was like, I feel like it just makes sense, especially for the direction that like I feel like the role that he would play on the ship. But being an electrician, I get this feat that allows me to recharge batteries, being just in the vicinity of like a powered source of any kind. So I believe when I was looking through weapons,
Some
and
weapons
the
say
other
batteries.
yeah,
Mhm.
like weapons use batteries, and so I'm just like a fucking infinite power source of ammunition for those. And I
That's
was like,
not gonna
"Oh."
fuck Robert up at
Yeah.
all.
I'm reading it right now, and okay, so you can do that. But where is it at? But it's a 3 action activity. So hey, not too crazy for me, you know.
Well, I'm thinking an out of combat kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. Out of combat, it's like a 10-minute kind of refocusing sort of thing. But in combat, you can just like and like charge a battery for 3 actions. Like that could just be your
Yeah.
turn. So nothing too crazy, you know. But that's really cool. But speaking of both, you know, Ethan. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. It's thundering. But Ethan and Zach both talk about, you know, the ship and like your roles on the ship. What are y'all guys thinking? I know there was kind of some discussions a little bit before when we did our play tests, and you know we don't have the full crew here now, but I can give you kind of a laydown of what the positions are. Of course, you have the pilot, you have a navigator, you have a science / magic officer, you have gunner, and then what is the other one? Oh, and a mechanic as well. So those are just example ones. But if you have other ideas of what you think your character would be, as you are going to be working together, what do y'all think?
Wow. I feel like being an android, drawing from the most obvious depiction in science fiction of androids being Data, I have to be the science officer.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
I just feel like that role is being called by. It needs to be an android.
I love
I agree.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
said, navigations, but I was also open to being gunner. We're gonna need a gunner. Joseph's
We
the
are.
pilot.
Mhm.
Joe's probably doing med. And I don't know what Mickey's doing. So we'll,
She can be captain. I don't know. We'll see.
What if
But
I want to be captain?
you can
Yeah.
be captain as well. Hey, you can be whatever you want. You're strong,
We
you're
all take
powerful.
turns.
Is pilot and captain different?
Yes, the pilot is the person that's actually steering the ship. The captain is the one giving the orders. Very much like the captain of an actual ship. Ship doesn't, turn the wheel. They have a person that does that. They're just the one that gives the directions for wherever one does. And there's like specific things that when we get to those cinematic space scenes that you'll be able to kind of pick whatever you want to do, but there are recommended things underneath there.
But like in Guardians of the Galaxy, who's flying the ship?
Technically, it's
Rocket?
Rocket.
It's
yeah.
Rocket, yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
He's the
It's
pilot.
Rocket.
He's the
Mhm.
pilot, and
Uh-huh.
Peter is the
Oh.
captain. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does, there's the scene in like the second movie where they're both fighting over, possession
who's
of it.
captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was him and Thor.
No.
Oh,
it
might
might have-
be.
I think that was in
I don't-
3 when they were like seeing who's gonna be in
Oh,
charge.
yes.
No, that
Yes,
was in
yes.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes.
Bad movie. Who cares?
That was a good movie.
We've said too many Disney properties. This podcast has now been shut off.
It's
This
just gonna be
podcast is now
beep,
owned by
beep,
Disney.
beep.
Joseph has to, under legal obligations, Joseph has to take over this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's start over.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Start over. Oh boy. What I do?
That's for use now.
True.
No, it's not. He doesn't speak in sync. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna get into it.
It's Steamboat Willie.
So let's go ahead and jump into last but not least. Let's do names, and then I'll give a little bit more of kind of like the world of the void afterwards, and then we can talk a little bit more. But let's start with names. Does anyone feel excited to go with what their names are first? All right, I see Joe stick up her hand immediately. Go ahead.
Kind of playing off what I said earlier. I grew up with my uncle who was teaching me constellations and everything. My name, which is traditionally a boy's name, is gonna be Orion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like
So-
Oh
that.
yes.
Okay.
She is a girl, but her name is Orion.
Yes, I am a girl, but my name's Orion.
Who let's go next?
I'll go. Based off the Greek god himself, my character's name will be Atlas.
Hell yes.
Ooh.
Orion and Atlas. Let's go.
Actually, he's a titan. He's not a god. Sorry.
Fucking get him, dude. Get him.
Hey Joseph.
Hey,
Joseph?
what's up, man?
Hey Joseph.
Hey, yo. What?
I'll leave this call right now.
Joseph, what about you? What is your? Oh, I'm excited for you to say your
Oh,
character's
yes.
name.
Everyone, everyone will know.
I'll do it in my character voice to it as a teaser. We have these beautiful like names steeped in mythology and the constellations, and then we have Antony the Rat Trap Famaggio.
Who was very fun during our playtest, and I'm excited to see.
Amazing.
I'm excited to see where that goes.
Literally one of the best characters we've created.
Yes.
We've
We're
created.
all taking part of that.
It's like all our birth child.
And last but not least, another great name and another great character moment
My-
from Zach. Who-
Completely original, uninspired name, Z3PO. Taking no inspiration, especially from any Disney property.
Z3PO, no correlation. That's what. That's, that's your
yeah.
full name.
I'm very excited for when you all send me your Hero Forge portraits. I'm going to be putting y'all's portraits up as you all say your names.
Yes.
That's going to be very cool and very fun. But last but not least, I just want to give kind of just a little brief thing of the world of the Void. Some of the major players that are going to be introduced through our story. So first off, we have one of the big major ones, which is going to be the UGC, the United Galactic Coalition. As I say that you all have one patron, you have probably other patrons throughout from your past connections, but one person constantly giving you out missions from the UGC.
Oh, I thought you meant like patron as in God.
Oh no. Just someone that like in old Roman times, you had someone that would constantly like give you money or whatever. This is someone that you're doing kind of jobs for them. So you have one contact, I guess, in the UGC. So this is a large conglomeration of a bunch of different planets within us, all over the galaxy, that have come together to live in harmony and kind of rule together. At the very center of the UGC is a large space station that's going to be called Nova Forum. This is the large place where a bunch of things happen. There's the Galactic Senate that's going to be here. It is the main hub for the UGC Survey Corps and the UGC Peacekeepers. Now, the UGC Survey Corps, just think Star Trek. It is the explorers, the people that go out and do like trades and stuff like that. They go out on specific missions to learn more about the galaxy, find planets that are starting to slowly come into their own and usher them into a more peaceful sort of government to set them up for success. The UGC Peacekeepers are the military of the UGC. They're mostly shown for, kind of just like like a show of power, basically. But they are mostly used as protection on specific planets, specific colonies, to make sure no one is invading them or anything like that, as well as protection, I think I said, for Nova Forum. Then we have the corporate collective. This is a group of planets that left the UGC. These are basically big corporate players that were in the UGC decided to leave.
Like they seceded from them.
Very much so. They seceded from them to make their own planets, which basically become one large factory. Anyone that moves there comes and works for them, and I'm really excited to see some stuff.
What are their thoughts on forced labor?
That's one of the reasons why they seceded. So, yes, I'm excited to see some of the stuff when and if we ever get to there, as well as they are two allies, the UGC and the corporate collective, but they're very reluctant allies, as they really depend on each other for money. One other last kind of major player I'm still working on more, as well as I want to hear from you all, is going to be the Grim Horizon. The Grim Horizon are going to be a kind of decentralized pirate brigand brigade. They are kind of all over the galaxy, and they are all for one thing, that is money, money, money. They want to just get as much as they can, and they're kind of like guns for hire in some sort of occasions. So maybe some of you all might have known some of that are in the Grim Horizon. Maybe that's your past. I know as well that there are some other pirate factions that some of the characters have in their backstories. Maybe they've had some, introductions in there. So those are just a couple of the ideas that is going to be overall to maybe feed into y'all guys' creation of other organizations that you all may want, or to base your backstories into there. But those are kind of the main ideas. How's that sound? It sound pretty cool? Sound all right?
Yeah.
I love it.
That sounds fantastic.
Hell yeah, I love to fucking hear it.
I started writing down. I was just like, okay, these people, and I'm like writing the
literally
little
start
notes. I was like,
making
okay, so
lists.
this person. Yes, exactly.
In my backstory, instead of making up my own, I'll just insert like blank spaces for you to put more creative and imaginative organizations.
I love it. I'm very excited. I have some organizations already in the corporate collective that I'm excited to get into there. This is very inspired by the Outer Worlds. They're sort of goofy, sort of conglomerates that are in there. But yeah, I had one more thing that I wanted to say, but I forgot. Oh, yes, weapons. We're not going to do that today. That is going to be something for you all to do on your own. But each one of you all are going to get 150 credits to spend on weapons, armor, and all that stuff.
Okay.
So you can definitely spend 150 credits on one weapon that's like level 3 or more. You're more than welcome to do that, but you'll have no armor. You'll have.
You have to be the.
So you can spend money on it. You can spend money on it and use it. That's the thing that I'm saying for now.
I'm just saying, in this system, if you have a weapon that's higher level than you, can you use it?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you had to be like equal.
Oh yeah.
For Season of Ghost, I've been kind of mellowing it out, as it was kind of our first foray into Pathfinder. But you are able to use them. It's just that they are more expensive to get, and they're more harder to get. So, you're not going to find a level 9, data chip somewhere else, unless you purchase something like that. So feel free to look into there. There are also like really cool augmentations as well that's in there. So, you want to spend a couple like 10, 20 credits in there, go ahead and definitely do it. I'm looking in how to do a conversion between gold and credits for Pathfinder. So if you wanted to go back and buy something in Pathfinder, you can definitely do that. Just to know that it is going to get what's called the Archaic trait, which is a specific trait that has specific things in Starfinder. So it could be good, could be bad. It is just really old technology or really old spell stuff that might not be great.
Should we wait to do that in Foundry, or does the Starfinder?
The Path Builder has it all. Yeah, you just put your number in there and the money, the credits, but 150, and then you go in there and you click buy, and it'll just subtract everything that's in there. But that's what Joe did. She built out her weapons and ammunition. Ammunition, don't worry about buy like 1 or 2 clips for free. But I'm still considering on tracking it or not. I kind of want to. I think it'd be very fun to have those shopping episodes and stuff rather than like in Season of Ghost, where I've been like, yeah, you haven't
It's like
unlimited.
hand wave. It's like you have unlimited ammunition.
You
I
find
think-
arrows.
Yeah, I'm very excited
Which will
to do
make
the.
my character all the better.
Very excited to see the looting of bodies to find, data chips, credits, and all this sort of stuff. It's gonna be
Or-
very fun.
Or how some of us want to earn credits on the side, as I think I text you about
Yes.
what I want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some very cool, interesting stuff for that.
We're doing space stripping.
Hey, bud,
That'd be
you're
something.
not too far off.
Space prostitution.
Hey guys, there is an entertainment district on Nova Forum. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff that's gonna be there. And like I said, as we continue to go, we'll be making shit up on the fly. That's a lot of the really exciting stuff that I'm really, really excited to get into this. Anything else before we leave for the day? We won't talk spells also. I think that can come up naturally and stuff. But as of now, that's all I got. I don't know. Anything else? Any
So do you
final
want
words?
to do the backstory thing now, or do you want to wait and save it for the episode 1?
We can kind of tease it.
Okay.
You go.
No, you go.
You're the brother.
Okay.
I was gonna say brother and sister or forgotten
We are-
lovers.
Joe
We're
and I
twins.
will be twins. We'll be playing twins.
Love it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Y'all have been trying to play twins for so many campaigns in a row, and I'm finally excited that y'all guys are gonna be able to do this year.
Yes.
Yes.
We will be doing it. I just messed up this page, and I tried to make a little credits
Oh.
thing, and now I have a smudge, and it's gonna bother me.
you
But-
should burn it.
Now you have to throw it away.
I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited to get into this. I want to
Yeah.
play right now.
Hell yeah. Roll it up. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Michelina. No.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank
so
you
go ahead.
all for joining on our session 0 for We Need Space, or what is it? I don't even remember.
Yeah, we need
Uh,
to make
We need
some
some
space. We need some space. Space. Stay tuned for after this for a very quick one-on-one session 0 with Michelina, and then right after this is going to be session 1 of our Starfinder 2E campaign. Let's go! And we'll see you there. Bye, guys. We're back. We are here with Michelina. Michelina, I'm very excited to get into this with you. I know we've had a lot of correspondence between, especially right before we jumped into this. How excited are you to get into Pathfinder 2nd Edition?
I'm really stoked. I have not done Pathfinder before, but from our little practice round a little while ago, it seems pretty easy to jump into, and I'm loving that, and I always love a space adventure.
Hell yes. And speaking of space adventures, something that I asked the rest of the cast was, what kind of sci-fi do you like? I mean, like, I've known you for a long time, but I've never kind of pictured you as a sci-fi person. Are you a sci-fi
Really?
person overall? I know you like fantasy, but
I would say I like sci-fi. I mean, I've watched all the Star Wars movies pretty much. A good chunk of the series. I used to watch Star Trek Generation growing up. Really been into sci-fi horror lately, like Alien and Predator, and I watched Event Horizon, and that was freaky. Just
Hell
a fan of
yeah.
all of it.
you know what? So I'll shut the fuck up and I'll never say
Yeah,
anything
you
about
actually
your thing
know
ever again.
nothing.
I guess I do. The 10 years of friendship that we've known each other, more than 10 years actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, holy shit, I'm old.
You don't need to
But
age us.
I'm glad that you said that because there's gonna be little dabbles of each of those things in here. Some Star
Hell
Trek,
yes.
some horror in there as well. I think one of my favorite things of like sci-fi is sci-fi horror or like cosmic
Right.
horror. And there's just something so
so
cool about
good.
being like, I'm thinking about like a group of like Guardians of the Galaxy meeting sci-fi horror and having to deal with those two. I love it so much. Anyways, we'll get into the character creation of it all, and you've told me a little bit about your character. At the very end, I'm gonna want to know what your character's name is, but we're gonna go ahead and start with where everyone else started.
It's a secret for now.
It's a secret right now. Yes. Let's go ahead and start with your ancestry. I'm very excited about this. What ancestry did you pick?
Yeah, so, and I honestly don't know if I've been pronouncing this right at all, but I picked Sarcesians. They're basically this humanoid version of what you would typically expect an alien to look like. Really tall, spindly arms and legs, long neck, bald with a somewhat big head, and like hollow eyes. But what's really cool about them is that they have these things called energy wings. And so if they're ever in a vacuum, they manifest like butterfly-like wings of just energy. And that can suspend them and let them fly through space, which is super sick, I think.
That rules. When you were saying like the long neck and like I was thinking of Asajj Ventress from the Clone Wars. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Very, very cool. What heritage did you pick for your Sarcesian?
Whatever it's called.
Whatever it is.
So ancestral heritage is gonna be the stellar Sarcesian, where basically it's like connection to the cosmos, and I'm so connected that I can like focus this cosmo energy into magic. And so with that, I get to cast a cantrip as an arcane innate spell at will.
Hell yes. I think this is one of my favorite things about Starfinder is that like there is a lot more cosmic magic or just like magic overall, which is really weird with how like ranged focused this game is. But I don't know. This is really, really cool that you get a cantrip off of your ancestry. That's fucking
absolutely
dope.
Well, I was looking at all the options and I was like, why would I pick anything else? I get a free spell for fun?
Hell yeah. Dude. Let's go with your class. Now, you picked the same class during our little one-shot play test that we didn't record. What class did you end up, did you ending up doing again?
So I'm going to be tackling Solarian, which is basically a conduit of the stellar forces of the cosmos, which I think fits perfectly with the ancestry that I picked, the stellar Sarcesian or whatever. But it basically allows me to attune to the solar cosmos and use that attunement to create things like weapons and flares and whatnot.
Hell yeah. And what was the class feat that you picked with that?
Class feat is gonna be, so as I was saying, you could create weapons and whatnot. I get twin weapons. So typically, Solarians only get one. However, because of my feat, I get a second solar weapon.
Hell yeah.
So I can either have two, or if one of them ends up, like I get hit and I'm no longer attuned, I can reforge it and have it again during combat.
That is so cool. That is awesome. Because I feel like Solarian was one of the ones that I didn't really do too much because I was like, this is really cool, but you know, let me look at other ones or whatever when we're first looking at Starfinder. And when we did our play test, you were like, I attune and I do this, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know like this was like a part of it.
Well, and it's crazy too, because when I think back to like our practice run, kind of, I feel like I wasn't like super happy with how I played it, because it can be really cool, but you gotta like learn about it to know how to make it cool. So I'm excited to be able to kind of delve into it more and make it really cool.
Hell yeah. I'm really excited to hear like what you sent me your picture, and I'll show it at the end when we reveal your name and such. But I don't know. I don't want to go down there until we get to the end. I'm going on a little thing. Now let's go over to your background. Now, I asked this question to the rest of the cast, and I'm asking it to you as well. When you were selecting your background, was this something that, like, gave you inspiration for like your background lore, or was it more of your background lore that kind of fed into selecting the background for your character?
I want to say the second one.
Okay.
I was kind of looking at these background options, and part of me was like, should I pick something that could be useful? And I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna pick one that sounds cool. And then let that kind of, because like, I feel like when I come up with characters, lore doesn't come to me immediately. And so I kind of need the helping of creating the base of the character before I can start to delve into what the backstory might be. But
yeah.
I picked Dream Prophet, which basically means my dreams are haunted by some sort of entity. But it's like, it also connects me with the supernatural a bit more, which is something I'm trying to balance, like between weapons and also magic. I want like a happy balance between the two. I mean, you know me, I always like to pick paladin when we play D&D because it's the best of both worlds. You get to fight
Exactly.
really well and cast spells really well.
Hell yeah, dude, that rules. I didn't even see this one, the Dream Prophet, before.
Really?
You know, I
Isn't it
didn't.
sick?
Yeah,
I'm trained in
looking at it.
occultism and yeah, lore skill related to choice of metaphysical topics.
Hell yeah, you get schooled in secret skill feat. What the hell even is that?
I'm gonna be so honest with you, I don't know, but I will find out.
I see it. Okay, you notice signs, blah, blah, blah. If you belong to a cult lodge, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you can use occultism in the place of diplomacy to gather information
Ooh.
about such groups, and in place of deception, you can impersonate a member of these groups. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
so you
that
can-
sounds fucking great.
That's really, and honestly, that might be kind of helpful for the stuff that I'm kind of working on right now.
Heard.
That fucking rules. And I know it kind of explains the background, the lore overall before. We'll get into this afterwards. We can dive a little bit deeper into that. The last thing, because
Yes.
it's just us two, so this is going kind of pretty fast. I want to know, Michelina, what is the name of your character?
I picked the name Nova because I was like, that sounds like space and cool. And when I was reading up on like the ancestry of the Sarcesians, part of what they went into was like how to pick a name. And they were basically like, yeah, they don't really give a fuck about meaning behind names. They just kind of pick things that sound cool to them and that are fun to say. And I was like, great. That's about as much thought as I put into my names anyway. So this is definitely up my alley.
That's awesome. I love that. Well, cool. Michelina, thank you so much for being here with me today. It's been a long day for work. With me here today. And I'm very excited to see all of these characters in not live action. In action. In live action will be dope. Fund us. In action for session 1 that should be coming out right after this episode. So anything would you like to say anything to our listening audience, our global listening audience, Michelina?
I hope you have as much fun listening and watching as we do playing.
How succinct and great. Thank you so much, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Bye.